the queen of how to. Come on and see what I'm gonna show you how to do. Hello, I am Beverly Kane, and welcome to my channel, the queen of how to. That's me. In today's episode, we are gonna be cooking a quick and simple dinner. I'm making some shrimp fried rice. I bought all my ingredients from Aldi. I'm an avid Aldi shopper because they have great prices and great products. So you don't know about Aldi? ALDI? You need to check it out. So I got all my ingredients from there, and I will show you what those ingredients are. I'll turn the camera around in just a second. Yeah, let's make a quick meal. So here are all my ingredients. I just bought some chicken egg rolls to have with my shrimp fried rice, but I have some jasmine rice, I have shrimp, I have some vegetables, some sesame oil, some soy sauce, and eggs. That's what I'm going to be using to make this simple recipe. So stick around and let's see how this comes together. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stick my egg rolls in the oven. It says it needs to be on 400 for 15 minutes, 13 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get those put in the oven so that they have plenty of time to cook. And it's just me and my husband, so I'm only going to do 2. And once that oven preheats, I'm going to stick those in there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and thaw out my shrimp. And this is pre-cooked shrimp. Again, I try to make my meals as easy as possible. It says no preservatives, chemical free, and it's already cooked, but it does need to be thawed out. So I'm just going to open this up. Let me get some scissors. Sorry, I'm all in your face. All right, let's just cut that. And I'm going to put about half of it, about half of the package in here. And now I'm just going to put some water on top of it and enough to cover it. These are some big shrimp. Look at that. That is a big shrimp. So I am just going to put enough water in there to cover it. And then I'm going to stick it in the microwave for about 5 minutes to let those get thawed out. All right. So let's pop those in there and let that do its thing. Okay. While the oven is preheating for my egg rolls and while the shrimp is defrosting, I guess I don't need these anymore. I just need them for reading. But I'm going to go ahead and get my rice prepped for putting in the microwave. And I got this rice cooker from Pampered Chef and I love it. So I'm going to make a lot of rice because I won't lie. I don't like to cook very often. So when I cook, I want to make sure to make it last. And I'm just making sure this microphone is on because, I've had that happen. So I'm going to do 2 cups of rice, 2 full cups of rice, and then 3 cups of water. Okay. Oh, get a full cup. Okay, 3 cups of water. Now I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it. I don't measure the salt. I'm not going to lie. Well, I'm going to put it right here in the crease of my hand, a good amount. Because, I don't want it crazy salty, but you do need to cook rice with salt. So I'm just going to put that in there. And that probably equaled about a good teaspoon of salt. And now put that in there. And just put the lid on this. And then once that shrimp comes out of the microwave, I'm going to pop this in there for 15 minutes. But that's got 2 more minutes. So I'm going to prep something else while I'm waiting for that. The shrimp is almost done. It's almost finished. And I'll be ready to pop the rice in there. But while that's happening, I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil. I love the smell of this, but just a little bit of that. And I'm going to combine that with some regular cooking oil. Let's see here. Got a little canola. And so we're just going to put a little bit of that here in my pan, just until it kind of covers the bottom. Let's pop that back. And the sesame oil, oh, okay. So that's done. Let's take the shrimp out and pop the rice in there. And I actually put my rice on a plate in this rice cooker because it will sometimes boil over. So, you know, cook over out of the thing. Anyway, so I'm going to pop that in there 15 minutes and it gives me great rice every time. So now we've got some oil in the pan. I got a little sesame oil in here with this. It just gives it a nice, I don't know, tangy little flavor that I really enjoy. So I'm going to turn on the heat to about medium low and get started on my vegetables. So I don't know why I put the scissors back in there, but what I have is called Asian medley. And there's carrots and broccoli, baby corn, and snap peas. So let's just cut that open and just get, I don't know, about half of what's in here in there. I want a couple more of these little baby corns. I like those. And let me just make sure I have a nice mix of what I want. Okay. You know what? I'll put the whole thing in there because I forgot. I'm making 2 cups of rice. Well, basically 3 cups of rice by the time it cooks. So it's 2 cups I put in there, but 3 cups of water, which is going to be 3 cups of rice. So let's just put all the vegetables in there. Now I'm just going to give that a good stir and saute to make sure that it defrosts because that was frozen. So just give that a little time to defrost. And that's why I put it on medium low because I don't want it cooking too fast. So now let's work on these shrimp. The oven has preheated to 400, so let's stick the egg rolls in and put that on a timer for 14 minutes and let it do its thing. All right, this is still thawing out nicely. The rice is cooking. And it's time to put the shrimp in with the vegetables. Okay, so let's get these these shrimp done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take off the tail. And these are already deveined. And this is a little bit hot, I won't lie. Hot, hot, hot. All right, but I gotta get these out of here. And maybe I shouldn't have put them in there for quite 4 minutes. Maybe I only needed like 3. But either way, they're, like I said, they're already done. So I'm just making sure that I am taking the tails off of them and making sure they're warmed through. Woo! That's hot, people. So I'm just going to cut these in pieces just to make my shrimp go a little further. Just going to cut them into smaller pieces. Now I am going to cut up, before I add that shrimp in here, I am going to cut these vegetables up a little bit, especially this broccoli because it's a little bit big. And, you know, we want that bite size. So let's just cut that up. Make that a little more manageable in your mouth. All right, there we go. That's better. And that has pretty much all thawed out. Now I'm going to add my shrimp to it. Just like that. And I'm not adding any salt or pepper just because I'm going to be adding that soy sauce and it has enough salt of its own. So I'm just going to turn that down on low until my rice gets done and let that, the flavors of that sesame oil and the shrimp and vegetables all kind of meld together. So I'm leaving that for a little bit. And then once the rice is done, I will come back and show you how I put it all together. I'm going to go ahead and prep 2 eggs so that I am able to add them and scramble them into the rice, into the vegetables and the shrimp in just a little bit before I add the rice. But let's go ahead and get them prepped because the rice is almost done. So I'm just going to put 2 eggs, add just a little bit of salt to this, a little bit of pepper, and scramble them up. Just like that. So now I'll be ready to put that in to cook before I add the rice. I see that the rice is almost done. It only has another minute or so. So I am going to go ahead and move my vegetables and shrimp over to the sides. Add a little bit of oil, turn the heat up, and go ahead and cook that egg in the middle. So let's turn that up a little bit. Add just a little bit of oil. And let's go ahead and scramble this egg in there. All right, just scrambling it until it's done. And if a couple vegetables get in there, that's okay. It's no problem because, it's all going to be cooked together anyway. So there's our rice. Let's stop that until this egg is done. Hopefully you can see that. It's getting there. All right. So, and I want that egg completely done. And now I'm just going to incorporate it in with the vegetables and the shrimp. Just like that. Okay, that's done. Let's get this rice out of here. And, ooh, the rice. Look how perfect that rice is. I'm telling you, this rice cooker is the bomb. So let me grab a spoon and turn the heat down a little bit now that the rice is full. The egg is fully done. And I am not going to put all of this rice in here because I can save some of this rice to make another dish. But I'm going to put a good portion of it in here. All right. Putting the majority of it in here, but not all of it. All right. So now turn that down to low. Add some soy sauce. Oh, there we go. Egg rolls are done. So let's turn that off. I'm just going to add some soy sauce in here. And add a little more of the sesame oil. That definitely helps to give it that Asian flavor that I really love. Whoop. All right, and let's just use this spatula to mix everything together, get it all incorporated. Just like that. Ooh, it smells so good in here. All right. And I am going to sprinkle just a little bit of ginger in here. And actually, let me grab the ginger. All right, got my ginger. Going to sprinkle just a little bit of that in with this shrimp fried rice. Don't want to go crazy, but you know, let me get a good little dash of it. Mix that. Make sure all the rice has turned brown from adding that soy sauce to it. Let me go ahead and take my egg rolls out of the oven. Ooh, nice and golden brown. All right. So everything is all incorporated now. So let me just grab a fork and get to taste. Actually, let me grab a spoon because I don't want any of it falling through. I want all of it. But that is the end product. So now let me just spoon a little bit out and get to tasting and let you know what I think. All right, got a little saucer. Make sure we got all the vegetables, a little egg, a little shrimp. Okay. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if we need to add anything or if it's on point. The only thing I wish I had was some sesame seeds. I do like to sprinkle some sesame seeds on the top when I'm done, but I didn't have any today. So let's see. Okay, make sure I got a little vegetable, little shrimp, little egg. Okay, here goes. That's good. That is good, people. So if you're looking for a quick and easy middle of the week dinner to make, this is a good one for you. Okay, I probably shouldn't put this in my mouth because I need to keep talking, but that's good. That is good. So you only need a few ingredients. It's not very expensive to make. And I made quite a bit, so it will last us at least a couple meals. So I hope you will give it a try. If you have a different way of making, shrimp fried rice or some other fried rice, please let me know in the comments what you do and what works for you. But anyway, this is our meal for tonight. Looking forward to having it. And I am so glad you joined me. Thank you so much for all of my queens who are with me week after week. I greatly appreciate you. And I love you. And if this is your first time finding me, welcome to the Queendom. I'm glad that you are here. Welcome to the Queendom. You are a queen too, my dear. I hope you will take a second to hit that subscribe button and join the Queen of How To family. And for all of you, if you would please take a moment just to hit the like button. Just hit it for a sister so that I know that you were here, so that I know you appreciate the content that you've seen. Like I said, subscribe so that you are a part of the Queen of How To family. If you are new here, hit the share button if you think this quick and easy recipe would be helpful for someone else. And then take a second to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future episodes from the Queen of How To. So I hope you'll come back next week to see what's new. And thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you the next time.